What's up, everybody? It's your local hero here again, Cigar Loungin. Got a special guest with me. My man's do the mobile cigar lounge. You know what I'm saying? He been in. He's in the lifestyle. Another brother here in the lifestyle. Before we get into that, I'll let y'all know I'm smoking me Asylum 13. Got me a sip of some Bowman Brothers right here, the small batch, and in my 6-4 West Coast IPA. So before we get into it, man, what you got over there?
Right now, I'm smoking on Jamie Garcia,
Mm-hmm.
uh, the special, Hyman, um,
Mm-hmm.
my father cigars. Jamie saw J- Jamie's Jamie Garcia
Mm-hmm.
is the son of the founder of my father, so they gave him his own line, and
Mm-hmm.
it's been out for a while. It's good smoke, full body all the way through. Um, so yeah, that's what I'm smoking on today.
Actually, Friday, at the cigar lounge by me, we had a representative up there from my father. Actually, he's gonna be on the show a little later, so
Okay, good, good,
we got in
good.
contact with him. I mean, that's a good thing. Like I work part time at the lounge, so I rub shoulders with a lot of the
The
sales
big,
people and everything. So
yeah,
we're gonna get him on the show. But
good deal.
let's get into our conversation now. This show is gonna come out next Monday,
Okay,
so which will be this Monday when y'all look. Anyway, y'all get it. So
yeah.
we actually just did a show with Sticks and Stones. She's a
Young
female.
lady, yeah, awesome,
Yes,
awesome.
we just it was actually a great show, man. We went over an hour, and you couldn't even tell that we was talking that long.
Yeah,
Uh, but she was telling us about the Raleigh scene. She was like, she wished that it was more cigar friendly as opposed to like how Charlotte is out there.
well, it's ironic that you said that because I was actually there cigar weekend, and
Everybody was there except for me, man.
it, it was live. Shout out to all the uh all the sponsors there.
Mhm.
Shout out to everybody um who brought that together. It was a phenomenal event. One thing I'll say about Raleigh, with the North Carolina in general, we do have cigar lounges. We do have cigar vendors.
Mhm.
Uh, Me starting out myself, starting out small. Also shout out to Stogies, Black Stogies.
And we
Uh,
actually gonna have them on the show a little later too.
yeah. Those are my. It's weird because those are my lodge brothers.
Well,
Uh,
okay.
yeah, Widow Son Lodge number 4 represent. Kabbalah Temple 177 represent. So I kind of go under their wing and try to, they, kind of like the little brother underneath them or whatever. So, I look up to them and, try to get all the feedback I can and, work with them anyway under any capacity.
Hmm.
Uh, but going back to the culture of the cigar world in North Carolina, Charlotte is, even though Raleigh is the capital city,
Hmm.
Charlotte has much more of a broad spectrum when it comes to just just cigar world and other things in general. We have the hurricanes here, but hell, you got the Panthers there. You got you know just like any other city in
Hmm.
the state. So
Hmm.
the there are more there. We do have uh black cigar lounges.
Hmm.
Um, in Durham, we have one in Durham, Bull City. But the ones that are in Charlotte, kind of not taking anything away from this area because this is my area. You know,
Hmm.
they have more of a, as you would say, like you saying, it was more friendly. It's
Hmm.
more of a, the culture is more, it's more diverse as opposed to in Raleigh. Yeah, we do have cigar events. We do try to support people. GTG, they have GTD and other cigar clubs here in the
Hmm.
area, in Durham and in Raleigh area. But it's more in Charlotte. It seems like they're more supportive. They're more supportive, to the culture itself.
Okay.
So, not knocking one and knocking the other because I try to support what's going on here in my area as well as in Charlotte and in other places as well. Because I literally just got back from Texas Cigar Week. Tough, crazy,
Y'all
crazy,
heard yeah. Well, in Houston, right?
crazy. Actually, Houston is ironic because Houston had their own cigar week, and then Texas had their cigar week. It was in Austin.
Okay.
It was in Austin.
Okay.
It was in Austin, and so I think the guy who did it this year, I can't think of his name. Good dude. He's decided he's going to do it in Dallas next year. So I think that I'm gonna, I try to support everybody. Philly, Philly's going on this year.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh my God, I miss Philly. Yeah.
I think Philly, yeah, Philly only 2 hours from me, so I might pop up to that one.
Oh man, you right there. You right there.
So I'm do that.
Where you at? Where are you at?
I'm just outside DC.
Oh, okay. Oh,
So, right too far from y'all. That's why I was like, I'm gonna come down there, man, and have y'all show me around. I told her, yeah, y'all gotta show me around.
We got you.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
We got you. We definitely got you. But
let's get into you, man. Let's get into your cigar journey, man. How did you get started into the lifestyle?
So, me coming from a HBCU background, Shaw University. I for a while, in my younger days, of course, smoked the Black and Miles and cigarettes.
As everybody started. I think that's everybody started.
As everybody started. So one homecoming, maybe about 4 years ago, one of my good friends introduced me. He had a cigar, or whatever, and I was like, cigar, I see the brothers smoke cigars or whatever. It's more so. I'm thinking it's more so mafioso type style or whatever.
Ooh, that's the same thing I was telling Sticks and Stones. That's exactly how they looked at me. I was the only one in the hood with it. Like, what the fuck you a white Republican with you with the mafia?
Right. So he introduced me, gave me a cigar. It was what was it? It was a Osabian. One of those. Whatever, I smoked it or whatever. I said, okay, this is kind of cool or whatever. So he's like, man, I smoke. I'm not a drinker. So and if anybody knows me, they know I don't drink. Must stop drinking. But he was telling me about how different bourbons and different brown liquors mixed with different cigars or whatever. So started, I enjoyed the cigar. He told me, like, look, don't inhale it. You inhale it, you're gonna have a problem. This home. So I said, so I smoked it or whatever. I was like, wow, this is really cool. So I started really getting into it, start going to the local cigar lounges or whatever, and I just realized I didn't realize how it started becoming. You have to look at it, the timeline for the culture of the cigar world from 40s up to now. From 40s up until now, it has grown phenomenally, and you have black cigar vendors, you have mobile cigar lounges, you have brothers and sisters that are opening up cigar bars across the East Coast, West Coast, wherever. So it has really come into its own. So I started understanding. Yeah. So I started understanding what type of different cigars, mild, medium, full. Started understanding what that meant. Started understanding the type of cigar. Started understanding what's a robusto, what's a torpedo, what's this, what's that. Started learning how the cigar cultures. I caught myself picking up a aficionado. I'm a huge fan of their magazine. I'm just waiting for somebody on our end to
that's what we about. Like that's why I was telling Sticks and Stones. I like, I respect them, and they they the OGs, but kind of step aside, man, because this with our, what I'm saying, this now the hip hop generation, man. We don't the stuff you advertise, we don't necessarily advertise. You know what I'm
saying?
Exactly. So I was like, it's time for us to get into the game. So that's our whole thing. Like, we bringing like hip hop to the lounge. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because I don't feel as though we're properly represented.
We're not.
And this, my neighbor. I'm sorry, man. Y'all might look like I'm distracted. My neighbor brought me some United. Was it Untitled whiskey? I'm gonna check.
Yeah, I just want
Oh, that's good. But yeah, so yeah, that was my thing. Like I was sitting there, I was like, I felt as though we wouldn't represent it properly, like we should
right.
be represented. And if you look now, like a lot of like you got um Nas, he signed on with Escobar. Um, you
Shout
got
out
a
to
lot of guys coming out, with their own brand cigar, like Dominique Wilkins.
yeah,
Like he has a cigar, and his cigar is really good. But
it's really good.
once they gone, they gone. So I got me about three of them sitting in the humidor. Those things are
Glad,
great.
I'm glad you did. Ray Lewis came out with his, but
I didn't try that. You know what? And I was in Baltimore when he released it. I was at
yeah.
the lounge when he came to the lounge and released it. I still haven't tried it. David Ortiz or that Big Poppy, that's pretty good.
Somebody told me Big Poppy's joint was nice.
That
Somebody
is
told
good.
me Big Poppy cigar if it was a very good blend.
It is.
Um, Waiting for Ed. I
Ed,
know I keep hearing Ed Reed's trying to do something.
yeah,
Um,
I follow him on IG. Yeah, he
yeah,
definitely trying to get into it. They
yeah,
said now this is what they said. I don't know what he gonna do, but they said Michael Jordan bought a farm down
mm,
there in Cuba, and he's a big cigar guy.
huge.
So I don't know if he gonna try to do it or not, because he already has his own tequila. So I don't know if he gonna try to do it.
Yeah,
But I think that's something like being his competitive nature and
right.
how he just likes cigars. I think he could make a good cigar.
Yeah, but for people who are interested and people that want to start vending and you know I'm a brick and mortar guy.
Hmm.
Eventually I would like to have a brick and mortar, but
Hmm.
now it's these mobile cigar lounges, cigar vending and stuff. It
Hmm.
it cuts the cost of the brick and mortar. Like I said, there's
Hmm.
nothing wrong with it or whatever. But when you're starting out small like myself, you have to make sure that you're following all the rules and guidelines of that state, man.
Yeah,
You
yeah, it's a
make
lot of guidelines.
It's a lot of guidelines. You want to make sure, and I can tell you, I can give this is a tidbit for me. I mean, a tidbit for your listeners on your podcast. I
Hmm.
know in North Carolina, if you want to sell cigars or you want to sell tobacco, first thing you have to do is you have to fill out the application. There's
Hmm.
one thing I don't play with. There's three people I don't play with. That's the alcohol, tobacco, and firearms folk.
Yeah, definitely,
You
definitely.
better not play with them. You have to follow all the rules and guidelines by that state. So a lot of times when you're doing those particular things, I'm not sure about alcohol. I'm sure it applies the same way. You have to get a bond.
Hmm.
So bond, once you fill out the application or whatever, they're gonna ask you they require you to have a bond
Hmm.
for that year. So in North Carolina, the bond to sell wholesale is is it starts out at $2,000. Now, if you go to somewhere like State Farm or one of these major insurance companies, they're probably going to deny you only because if you're starting out and you're starting out, new, they don't want to take that risk. So so what they'll do is they'll say, so with State Farm, like State Farm is my car insurance.
Okay.
So I tried to get a bond from them. It was like, well, we can't, because you're starting out new, whatever. We can't really, we don't want to take that risk. But you asked them, they said, was there anybody else that you can refer me to that will carry a bond for me for that year? So they gave me several recommendations, and I picked one, and they decided to go with me. So now so I just upped it a little bit. From 2000, the minimum is 2000. So don't,
Hmm.
it's something that you want to do and want to go higher, then you
Now,
can.
here's my question. So you saying
Yeah.
it's 2,000? So at 2,000, what does
hmm
that entail? What does that get you?
Your 2000 covers a damage or incidental or something,
Okay.
something of that nature, or whatever. So that $2,000 will cover. Let's just say you spend. Um, let's just say you spend that $2,000.
Yeah.
It's gonna cover us. You know how you get into a car accident,
Hmm.
collision. It's all that stuff. Collision is $50,000. Death by vehicle is 160,000. That's how the bond is set up. That's how
Mm-hmm.
it's set up. So that's gonna cover me for the next 2 years. So
Mm-hmm.
once now you're gonna pay a little bit, but it's worth it in the end because on the back end, once that bond expires, you can go back
Hold on,
nobody's
hold on.
hurt.
Okay, there you go. I said I was losing your audio for a second. There you go.
Okay, I'm sorry.
What was you saying?
uh that on the back end, if you
Mm-hmm.
decide that once your bond expires, you can go back and say, look, I want to get something higher, and your rate won't be as high because now you're not a new you're not
Now you're proving. Yeah.
right.
Now, see, what
So
I didn't know is because I was talking to a guy that owned a lounge, and the lounge caught on fire. And
mhm,
what I didn't know is what they do with cigars, because they don't know how cigars work. A lot of times, it
mhm,
depreciates.
it does.
So he had cigars that was like maybe $20 a stick,
Hmm.
and they would slide them $12 or $13 a stick. So that's another thing
Exactly.
I with the insurance part. But I know you gotta have it.
You gotta
So
have.
you gotta have it. That's something you gotta have. So you get into this now. Now here's what I do like about the mobile cigar lounge
Hmm.
is you're able to actually reach your people. Like you're able to go somewhere, you go to festivals, and you're right there with the people. That's what I like about cigar lounges because you can't go to McDonald's and talk to the CEO or the guy that runs it.
Nope.
But you can go to a cigar lounge and sit right there with the owner, have a
Yep.
cigar with him. You can
Yep.
talk to them. They're more accessible. That's the one thing that's no other business out there.
Hmm.
Maybe a barbershop. Maybe a barbershop.
Right.
Other than that, there's no other business out there where you can do that.
None. And like I said, your 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 overhead cost is much cheaper than a brick and mortar.
Yeah.
It's much cheaper. It's just
Hmm.
all about storing cigars, and there are different ways you can store cigars. Hell, I store cigars in most of my a lot of majority of my inventory. I have them in coolers.
Hmm.
I have them in coolers, and I have the Bovita packs.
And see,
I
I was looking at Provada. They said that's how they started out storing it. They said it ages better that
it
way
does.
rather than just putting it in the warehouse with the humidification system and all that. They said it tends to age better when it's in the cooler and it's compacted and you put the packs in it.
Exactly, and that's what I do. So if you're deciding to go out in business just like anything else, be sure you have your tax ID number.
Hmm.
Definitely
Oh,
tax
definitely,
ID
definitely.
number, your EIN number, because that EIN number, I have a wholesale account with Bovita,
Hmm.
so they're gonna ask for that ID. They definitely ask for a tax ID number. Be sure you get your Dun and Bradstreet number as well, because if you're going into business, you want to have business credit. You want to
Hmm.
definitely have business credit, and you want to get yourself that Dun and Bradstreet number. After your podcast, I can send you the link. Probably sometime Monday, and
Hmm.
all the stuff that I did to get started. To get started, so that Dun and Bradstreet number uh, will help you a whole lot if you decide you need inventory, if you decide you need stuff you need for your business or whatever. It'll help
Hmm.
you get that loan. It'll help you get a loan.
Hmm.
So right now I have like I said, I have a Dun and Bradstreet number, and I opened up a Net 30 account with Quill. So with Quill, I get little stuff. They sell everything: paper, pencils. Hell, I bought a humidor. I bought a humidor with my Net 30 account. So I just and basically what a Net 30 account is that uh they give you a certain amount of money, they get your tax ID number and everything else, and your credit got you want your credit. Your credit ain't gotta be an 800, 850, whatever, but you want your credit to be at least around about a 620, 630.
Okay.
That's very important. It's very important, and you want to make sure that you're paying that stuff on time. So the Net 30 is that they give you up to 30 days to pay on the account. And
Hmm.
as long as you're paying on that account, your business credit is going to get better. Your
Hmm.
business credit is going to get better. So when these companies, you're saying that I'm a business owner and I want to go into a bank, and I said, look, they're going to first thing they're going to ask you is what your business credit looking like. They're definitely going to ask you that. So when they see
Hmm.
your business credit is like, damn, he got good business credit, they'll take a risk on you. They'll definitely
Yeah.
they'll take a risk on you, and you can get that loan. You know.
What I'm liking, I'm liking about the industry now, man, is you getting a lot of brothers like you, a lot
Mm,
of sisters like Sticks and Stone. You getting a lot of us in this industry, and that now you got to pay attention to us. You got to. You know what I'm
right,
saying? We're driving the industry.
right.
You know, and it is like I tell people. I remember like off topic but on topic. Like when people go into like a Dave Chappelle thing, and I tell them, you can't cancel the streets.
Never,
You can't. We
never.
always going like right now. If somebody was to say, you know what, I ain't messing with him no more. I ain't messing with that mobile cigar lounge, man. Forget him. Fuck all
Right.
that. You always gonna be able to go somewhere with the homies, and we're gonna see you like, oh, yo, you got, yeah, come on, run it. Let me get some of that. Let me get some of that.
Exactly.
That's why I like people say that we don't stick together, and that's because they're not in the right environment.
Work.
Cause I go from city to city. I've been to cigar lounges from here to Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I go to any cigar lounge. I don't care as long as it's good. But I found like for instance, like if I'm in Pittsburgh, I go
Mm-hmm.
to Sassy Ash. There's a sister that owns the company,
Okay.
that owns the joint. And what I like about her is most of the cigar lounges in Pittsburgh, they might close like Journey. I like Jernigan's, but they might close about 10, 11.
Okay.
Now, if we with her and you buying cigars and you having a good time, she might keep it open about two or
Keep it
three,
open. Exactly.
and she'll
Exactly.
let you enjoy yourself, man. That's why, and like I said, when you go into these events now, man, I when you used to look at like, you remember we used to look at this shit on TV and you see the cigar smokers and they'll sit there and they'll be listening. They Frank, no disrespect to Frank Sinatra. You got some. I listen to Frank Sinatra, but they
Right.
would listen to Frank
I'm
Sinatra
a huge French fan.
and they had their suits on and everything.
Yeah.
And but now you go there, you got your Jordans on, you listening to your whole. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy now, man. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's just how it changed, and that's what I said we trying to do. We're actually going to come up with a mobile. Well, I mean not with a mobile. We're gonna come up with our own website and everything where we do cigar reviews, where we do, like what Aficionado do, but we're going to do it on the hip hop side. We're going to do it where we're talking to our core audience.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because this thing transcends race, it transcends, you know what I'm saying, sex, it transcends classism. You could sit. I've been in lounges where I've sat next to lawyers, I sat next to
Same here.
doctors,
Same
and
here.
and I'm just a mechanic. I'm sitting
Same
next to
here.
these dudes,
Same
and then
here.
there's a janitor right there,
Yep. I
and we're
work in the
smoking
mental
the
health
same
field.
cigar,
Same
and
cigar.
we having the conversation,
Yep. And talk
and
talk
you
about
wouldn't
the
tell.
same. Can never
Yeah,
tell.
you wouldn't even be able to tell
Yep. Yep.
because
Exactly.
everybody, you know what I'm saying, everybody don't do the suit and tie.
They
You know what I'm
don't.
saying?
They don't.
Because I was telling my friend, I was like, when I come back, because I'm going back to Chicago, and I'm like, yeah, we're gonna hit the lounges. And she's like, all
Mm-hmm.
right, man, I gotta go and get that. I said, you don't gotta go. Look, go in that cigar lounge dressed the way you normally dress. You ain't
Exactly.
gotta get all extra for that, man. Because the cigar lounge is not that type. If you go to a cigar lounge like that, you might don't want to be at that cigar lounge. I don't like
Exactly.
stuffy. I don't like the stuffy cigar lounge. There's two things I don't like when I go to cigar lounge. I don't like the stuffy atmosphere, and I don't like the click shit.
I
If
don't.
I
I
walk in and I see this group and they talking to each other, and that group talking to each other, and they're not
Yeah.
interacting, I'm like, yeah, this ain't the lounge I want to be at.
I'm the same
That's for
way.
the drama.
I'm
I know it's drama.
I'm the same exact way. I'm the same exact way. But like I said, from the time I started smoking up to the 4 years, this culture has as far as us has evolved so much, man. It has evolved so much, and Philly Cigar Week, Houston Cigar Week, Charlotte Cigar, Queen City Cigar,
Chicago Cigar Week. We got
Cigar.
one coming up. Chicago, man.
Yeah,
I'm gonna miss it though. I'm gonna miss it, but I'm gonna stop at a lot of them
yeah,
lounges, man.
yeah.
Because everybody's like, yo, you coming home for the cigar week? I'm like, I'm gonna just miss it, man. I'm gonna be there
Right,
just
right.
before, but I'm gonna stop at the lounges they gonna visit. I'm definitely gonna visit those.
Yeah, yeah. But we
Like
definitely.
everybody getting this, it's crazy because when I started, I think I've been doing this for about 10 years. When I started, you had Buffalo Cigar Week, you
Mm-hmm.
had the one in Cigar International,
Mm-hmm.
and you had the
Right.
Vegas show. You had the Vegas
Right.
Trade Show,
Mm-hmm.
and that was it. It wasn't
Yep.
no cigar. Everybody didn't have a cigar week.
And see, I was told in Vegas, unless you was a vendor or this and that,
Yeah,
it really was kind of hush hush.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah. And
Regular Joe,
we're trying to get in there. We're trying to get some press passes, man. We're trying to get sponsored by somebody. We're gonna get in there one of these years.
you'll get it, bro.
But
You
that's
get it.
how. That's how it was. Like you had to know somebody to
Mm.
even be invited into that moment.
Yeah, yeah,
But like I
definitely.
said, brother, thanks to brothers like you and sisters like, you know what I'm saying, Sticks and Stone, with, you know what I'm saying, we talking to people in the industry, we gonna get, we ain't worried about it. We gonna get there.
Nah, we
And
gonna
if we
get it.
don't get there, fuck it, we start our own.
We
You know
set
what I'm saying?
one thing about black people set trends wherever. It doesn't matter. Cigar world, golf world, sport. It doesn't matter, bro. It doesn't
We
matter. We
gonna,
set
yeah.
trends. We definitely set trends. You know, and trust me, by this time next year, your platform is gonna be huge, bro. It's gonna be
But yeah,
huge.
we
It's gonna
definitely on
be
the
bigger.
grind.
It's big now, but it's gonna be bigger. You're gonna look back this time next year. You can be like, wow, I come a long way. I'm telling you, man. You might have shit. You met, fuck around, have Rose on, have Rick Ross on this joint, man. You understand what I'm saying?
Hey,
And it can
we shoot.
happen.
Hey, we shooting at everybody, man. We shooting at
You know,
everybody,
it can
man.
happen. He a man
I'm,
just
I'm
like
sending
he
I'm
smoke
sending
a cigar
DMs to
just like
everybody. Yeah, and
yeah.
that's my thing. My thing is, like I said, we're sending DMs to everybody, man. And we're trying to get into it, man. But like I said, even if we don't, like just this conversation right here, like I tell people, the Cigar Lounge is a new barbershop.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We sit
Sure is.
around, we talk our shit, man, and you know what I'm saying. We enjoy ourselves and have a good time. And just this conversation right here, how this is flowing. You know what I'm
Fact.
saying? So like I always like I be saying, man, I be like a lot of you guys see that this is the tricked out part because like I tell you, I was smoking with nobody smoking them, and now I look on Facebook and all the little homies got a cigar. Like when you
Yeah.
start smoking,
Exactly.
when you start smoking, remember that shit you was talking? Now you smoking, okay?
Yeah.
I'll be like Denzel, yeah, okay, okay,
Okay.
okay, Jake, okay, Jake, okay, my man.
My
But
man. Yeah, man.
yeah, man, it's crazy. Like it just like the just, and I know in 4 years you saw this. Just how it's just evolved and just
Oh,
expanded, man. It's
oh.
crazy. Like I listened to the Burn Down podcast, and
Mm-hmm.
I like how they operate, man. And they're I mean, they got suits and everything, but that's a hip hop. It's basically hip hop generation. Like
It's a hip hop
we're
generation.
in here, man. Like if you looking like the 50 and under is we starting to, and I only got 10 more years of that. I could use that, but we
Right.
starting to. You know what I'm saying?
I
We in
got a
here
few
now,
more.
man.
We
It
here.
ain't it's no longer the baby boom. It's no longer let me smoke my cigar and read the Wall Street Journal and drink my coffee. It's no longer that.
Not
And
at
now
all.
it's like, let me go ahead and listen to this Jay-Z and
Yeah,
hit the cigar. Let me listen to this
oh
Rose
man.
or this Nas.
It's nothing like sitting back, listen, something new come out, and just get you a good stick, and just listen to that joint all the way through.
I tried to do that with Kendrick, but Kendrick made me put down my cigar. That
Right.
joint is.
Oh
I was
yeah.
sitting there. I
Fire.
was like,
Kendrick is fire. Ken-
whoa, did he just? Oh,
yeah.
I mean, I played that for a week straight. You couldn't
Kendrick
hear nothing but Kendrick.
Kendrick is killing it, bro. Kendrick is killing it. Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
seeing, like I say, we see a lot of us, man. You seeing us with the cigars now, man. We, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, oh, okay. Oh, he smoke? Oh, he
Yeah.
smoke? Yeah,
And it's lucrative. It's very lucrative. It's
yeah.
if you play it right and do it right, I mean, even with your podcast, everything else, it's a lucrative area that you can really if you play your cards right, you talk to the right people, get the right
Mhm.
wholesalers or whatever, you know, if
Speaking
one
of
door
hosts,
closes, another one opens.
here go my late ass co-host. Hold on.
Yeah.
Late ass, man. We can't tell them motherfuckers. Man, these motherfuckers always late, man. I told this,
But
man.
still can't
Man,
tell time.
always late, man. Always late. This man.
That's
Hey, yo, you there? You
that's your
there, B?
partner.
Yo, you there? There you go.
There you go.
There you go. Late, struggling. You froze, man. Cause he was running to get a cigar real quick before the, you know
Right,
what I'm
right,
saying, before
right.
the lounge closed. So that's why he wasn't on at the beginning.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, like I said, I like having these conversations, man. Cause you showing me a lot. Like we actually saw, we was talking to somebody about producing our own cigars, and
Mm-hmm.
if we do that, it's going to be hip hop themed.
No doubt.
The cigars are definitely going to be hip hop themed. It's, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be really creative, man. Because like I said, I think like it's a lot. We got a lot to say, man. It really
Yeah,
is.
and I try to
Eh,
support, and I definitely try to support all of the up and coming black cigar uh that people had come out with their own line and everything. You know, I've read,
mhm.
True Gents. I just talked to the brother True Gents down in Texas or whatever, and he actually is. It's ironic. It's crazy. It's a small world. He was talking with Black Stogies, my
Yeah, I
brothers,
know.
my big bros.
That's who Sticks and Stones talking about. They
Yeah,
connected.
yeah. Talking to my big bros, and it's like, damn, it's like it's everybody kind of know everybody, man. But you know what I'm saying? We come together. Shit, man, it ain't too man. We
We
can make this
supposed to
thing
did
go.
I was so tired from my first job. I supposed to did an interview with Definition Cigars, which we are gonna do that. We're gonna work something out.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
Sorry about that.
it's crazy like how like you said, how everything is just it's connected like that. How you might not even know that they know each other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Like it's so like it's big, but it's so small.
It's right.
Like you'll be like, oh man, yeah, you know, blah blah blah. Oh yeah, I know blah blah. Like I said, Sticks and Stones. Like she put us on so many people, man. But then my man from Cigar Lounge, he designs cigar apparel, so he put
Right.
us on a lot of people. And then I was like, oh yeah, you know him? He like, yeah, man, we talk all the time. You know him? Yeah, we talk all the time. Like man, that's crazy. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's just how it's connected is crazy, man. That's really
Yep.
crazy.
Yep.
And you'll think like it's such a like this ain't like how can I say it's not like sports, but it's
Right.
like sports. It's not
Like
like sports for the simple fact of like we're not like there's no competition. It's competition, but we actually help each other.
we help each other. Exactly.
But it's competition. There's a lot of friendly competition. Like for instance, and when it comes to this hip hop podcast, you know what I'm saying about cigars, man, I'm gonna be a Google. I think we're the best out there. you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? But you got to think that it's a
You
competition, man.
got to, man. You know what I'm saying? Hell, just like the cats plays. One thing I say, like the basketball, shout out to the Warriors or whatever. But
Shout
back
out
in
to
the
them because
day,
y'all
right?
won me some money. So shout out to y'all, and shout out to Stephen A. for saying that he thought Boston was an 8-point favorite because he made me a lot of money. And I appreciate that. You the reason I'm drinking right now. Shout out
Uh,
to Stephen A. Toast.
Stephen A. Stephen A.
Cheers, Stephen A.
Stephen A. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for telling these people that lie.
He think he always know what he talking about. He always know what he talking about.
But yeah, like I said, man, I love the culture. I love being
I,
around it, man. I love meeting people. You meet people from all different walks of life. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
these conversations, man. Like I was talking to a cigar rep, man. And he was telling me how he got started, and like just the background stories alone is like, man, that's a you could turn some people background stories into an actual movie.
Sure
Like
can.
when you hear where they come from. I'm like, yo, that's crazy, man.
Sure can.
That's crazy.
You know, these cats out here that's just like I said, True Cigar Gents, Champ Mills. The lady, what's the lady? Oh, what's her name? I met her in Texas. She
He's
lives. She
about
lives.
cigar
Got the little chicken on her cigar.
he's always about drunken chicken.
Shout out to her.
I
Shout out to
missed her.
her.
I missed her. She was at Mina's in Baltimore. I missed her.
Yo,
I've been trying to
she
catch up with her.
she is so cool, man. She is cool. And I told
I've
her
been
I'm gonna be carrying her cigars soon.
I'm trying to catch up with her, man. I'm gonna definitely catch up with
Yeah,
her.
them
Every
people.
time, it's like everywhere I'm at, she just left a week early.
Right, right, right,
I'm
right. She's
like, man,
traveling. She's on the move. She's doing some big things.
oh yeah, yeah, definitely,
Things.
definitely,
She's doing some.
definitely, yeah, yeah. Every time I see like you would think she's like a real like major like I ain't saying she ain't major, but you know what I'm saying. You think like
Right, right,
she's
right,
like a Padermo or something because every
right.
time I'm looking on IG or Facebook,
She own it.
they got one of her cigars.
Yeah. Yes.
Like, everybody has one of them cigars.
Yes. And it's a good blend. It's a damn good cigar. Damn good cigar. Damn good cigar. Yep. Right out of DC. She right, yeah, you're in that area.
Yeah, like I said, I keep missing her.
Yeah.
Cause I know she be at Mina's a lot. I'm telling you, she be at Mina's Cigar Lounge right there on Bel Air Road a lot. And
Yeah.
every single time I miss her, I'll be like,
Yep.
damn it.
Yep.
I'm like, man, how do I keep
Uh,
missing her?
Shout out to her. if she's looking at this, shout out to her. You know, shout out to all the cigar, all the vendors, mobile cigar lounges,
Mm-hmm.
got their own. You know what I'm saying? This thing is big, and it's getting bigger. It's getting bigger every year. Every
Mm-hmm.
year. You know,
It is. It is. And
definitely.
like I said, is it? You going to these events now, and it's like it's so many of us at these events. It's
Yes.
crazy. It's like
Yeah.
you walk in, you're like, damn. Like I know if I go to Chicago, if I go to if I was to go to the Chicago Smoke, I'm like, damn, they don't let the whole West and South Side in here. What the hell?
Yeah.
We all in here. Ain't nothing but us out here. What's happening? They don't let
hmm
us in here. Y'all don't fucked up. You don't let us get a foot in the door. We in here. Once we in there,
No,
we in there.
we're in the dough.
Once we in there, we in there. I've had so many. I know BMC was like I was telling Sticks and Stone. I know BMC was a black owned company, but I smoke a lot of. I didn't know some of the cigars I smoked was black owned, but I smoke a
hmm
lot of black owned cigars.
hmm
And like I said, if your cigar is good, it's good. But
Good.
I definitely try to hit us, man. If I see something,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, who made this? Oh, this brother from blah blah blah. Man, let me
hmm
try that, man.
Yep.
Let me try that.
Yep.
And I think I like the cigar lounges that do their own blend, their own hand roll blends.
Yes.
I love them. Like I like it's a spot in Bethesda, just outside DC, Cortez, and they only sell their cigars.
Really?
They only sell their brand of cigars. So every cigar you get is going to be Cortez, only their cigar. And DC, a lot of people don't know DC is a cigar town. The only problem with DC though, ain't no fucking parking. DC
I
got them Philly streets, them narrow ass streets.
yeah, bro.
Ain't no parking.
But tear your shit all the way up.
I was like, man, I had to park at the bank and run in real quick, but they got
I'm
some good cigars, man. They got some really good cigars out there.
gonna
I
have to
like
check.
that too. Like when people do their I mean, if you ever come up, let me know, man. I'll show you, man.
Oh, no doubt. No
But
doubt. No,
but I like them lounges.
I'm always in DC. Always.
Oh, well, let me know. I work in DC. Let me know, man.
Okay.
I ain't doing nothing after work. I might hit a lounge and then come home. See, the thing is though, I remember. See, here I'm kind of calm. When I went to school in Pittsburgh.
hmm
I was dating my ex, and she'll be like, she wouldn't even ask like, "What you doing?" She's like, "What city you in?" Cause she already know I'm going to a cigar lounge.
Cigar lounge. Yeah.
I might drive 2 hours and be in Cleveland at Brothers Cigars. I might be somewhere in Pittsburgh at a cigar lounge. I might say fuck it and drive to Baltimore 3 hours, be down there. I might, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yep.
it's like I said, it's just like I remember at the Tinderbox, Philly. Actually, a lot of Philly smokers. They did. I told them we gotta do this shit too. They did the Philly takeover, where they'll
Mm.
go to a cigar lounge.
hmm
There'll be like 30 of them. They'll go to the cigar lounge, and just hang out in the cigar lounge and chill and
hmm
check out the atmosphere and everything. I'm like, yeah, we gotta do something like that. I
Definitely.
know the Cigar Divas. Shout out to them, Cigar Divas. They
Shout
do
out
that
to
a lot too. They
them.
go
Yeah.
they do that a lot where they just go to different cigar lounges and hang out in different cities. Like you'll get on the bus and you just go to the lounge. So they do
And
that a
also,
lot too.
young lady on Midlothian Turnpike up in there in Richmond. She has her own Enzo Cigars, Enzo Lounge or whatever. On
I'm gonna check
Midlothian.
them. I like
Yeah.
Richmond, man. I went down to Richmond.
Yeah.
I really like Richmond, man.
hmm
I didn't like that cobblestone ass street because it tore my fucking bag up when I was trying to get into the hotel.
Yeah.
But I like I like Richmond, man. But I
Yeah.
think Richmond like what, an hour and a half, 2 hours from me, if that.
Yeah.
So
Yes. It's 2 hours
I'm
from
definitely
us.
gonna go down there. There's a lot of cigar. They got the old. I want to go to old. Was it Old Virginia tobacco? Like
Mm.
places like that. They got that rich tobacco history. Like yo, this is where it came from. So you got the old cigar lounge. Like the only place you gonna see that like in New York where they got the really old cigar lounges.
Right. Now that's
And
where that I haven't been to. I have not been to a cigar
Hear
lounge
you.
in like the New York, Jersey area, but I'm definitely gonna start visiting because I heard it's a
I, it
lot of
is.
good
I went to
stuff
the
up there.
Carnegie Club. The only problem with New York though is New York is taxed way too high. Like if it's an $8 cigar here, right? When you get it from New York, it's gonna be about 12. There you go. He finally working.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
late ass.
it seems like it's working.
We've been having me and my man. We've been having a decent conversation about the cigar business, and you've been missing it.
Well, like I said, we've been having some issues out here. So
Yeah.
Fucking You can't tell them.
Had to kind of deal with that.
I should have. If I'd have told you 9, you'd have been on time.
You know what? You're probably right. You're probably right.
What the hell is you smoking anyway?
I got the Olivia Connecticut Reserve.
Connecticut.
Okay. Now we talking to my man. He does the mobile cigar lounge. He's been talking business. He don't drop a lot of jewels, man. You don't miss them out. So what you gonna do is you gonna watch the episode. I'm gonna give you a notebook and you gonna write down some of this shit.
Well, you know I take notes anyway.
I try to
go.
I'm always type person. If I got the knowledge, give it to somebody else, man. Give it to somebody else.
I mean, you know what? That's the best way to be.
Yep.
Exactly. This brother been dropping, man. He been dropping some jewels, man. He been really dropping some jewels.
Yeah.
And it's been a great conversation. Oh, he knows Sticks and Stone.
Yes.
He from Raleigh too.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I told him we gonna be in Raleigh, man. We gonna go down to Raleigh, and they gonna show us around, man.
We gonna roll out the red carpet for you, baby.
Like I said, I've always been looking for a reason to get out to North Carolina. So you know, now I got a chance.
Yeah, hey, be here.
You've been looking for. Keep it a Google. You've been looking for that barbecue.
Wait, say what?
You want to go down there for that barbecue?
Oh, for sure. You know I do. Come on now.
I got one even better for you. Y'all let me know a week ahead of time. We go get that pig, drop that thing in the ground. By the time y'all get here, we can pull it and we can chop it, baby. However you want.
Sure.
See, that's what I'm talking about right there.
There we go. Yo,
that's what I'm talking about.
That's gonna be a video. We bring it. We gonna be live on that situation right there. But we gonna.
Yeah. So you know I'm fat, so you know I go. You know I'm gonna eat wherever I go.
Oh yeah.
So you know, hey, the food is just a plus.
Yeah, yes sir.
Of course.
Shit.
I've been looking up spots because I know I'm gonna go to JR. I know I'm definitely going to JR.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I know I got to go to JR.
And we actually have we have one in Smithfield, one in Burlington. They're only between the Raleigh area. They're about, let's see, Smithfield is about 20 minutes from Raleigh, and Burlington is about 30, so it's right there.
But that's what I was going to Raleigh for. I was going to Raleigh, check out some of the lounges, and stay there, and then go over to JR.
Yeah, let me know.
That was the plan. That was definitely the plan. So hey, B, you got to get your ass here. Get your ass here because I might go early. I'm letting you know that. You know, I'm just a car ride away.
Yeah, I'm just a flight away.
Because I could leave work and be there in about 3-4 hours.
Hey, look, I don't mind racking up frequent flyers. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, let me know, man. They say they got us, brother. They say they got us, brother. Actually, that's another thing. You know what? That's another thing I like about this cigar culture, man. How we roll out the carpets for each other, man. Like I said, you come to DC, man. I got you, man. We're gonna show you around. Chicago, I'll show you around, man. You know what I'm saying? Pittsburgh, all these places I live, man. Baltimore, like I know these places. Right?
I want to see my Steelers Stadium anyway. So.
Oh yeah, I'll show you some good places. You got to go. If you go to Pittsburgh, I would say, well, Smokers Friendly is always my favorite because that's where my people at. My man's bought Godfather Cigars, black owned.
Okay, so good.
That's straight. Sassy Ash, like I told you, that's black owned. And then they got this cigar bar, Jernigan's, dude. They got, I'm talking about selection, man. They got a great selection. They got a great bar, great music. It's actually I got a video on it. It's just I really like that place. But also in the DC area, if you come from DC, you got Tinderbox. Leonardtown Cigar. So yeah, we got a Toasted Foot. So we got a lot of places down here. I'll say when you get down toward the south, you get them old tobacco joints.
Yes.
Okay, and I'm pretty sure there's places out here, just not here in Lawrence.
Yeah, you gotta go to Kansas. You gotta go to Kansas City.
But see, that's the thing though. Like, I want to find lounges in Kansas. So like Kansas City, people associate it with Kansas, but it's not Kansas. That's Missouri. Right. We're not far from it, but that's Missouri. I want to find in
Kansas City. Kansas City don't want to be in Missouri. That's why it's so close to the border, trying to run away. Get this app. I tell everybody this. It's sponsored by Cigar. It's sponsored by Cigar International. It's called Where to Smoke. Get that app, and it tells you the lounges in your area because I used to do Google, and the problem with Google is you put cigar lounge, they start showing you smoke shops, they start showing you stuff so far away. Like they showing me stuff in New York and Cleveland. I'm like, no, I want to know this general area.
Right.
And it's just
Probably just like kind of drive down the highway and see what pops up.
because the thing is, when you put cigar lounge, anything where they sell a cigar. If it
Right.
says cigar anywhere in the review, that's what they show you.
Right.
So you thinking like, okay, I'm gonna go to this spot, and it's just a smoke shop, and they got like one like little stand up humidor with like the shit cigars like the Quorums and all them, and you like,
Kind
I
of
really
like
just came
right
here for
now.
that.
Yeah, that's kind of like the one that's literally like right down the block from my house.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, that's how it
a
is.
tobacco shop. It's
That's
not
what
a
Google
cigar,
do.
tobacco shop.
That's why I don't. That's why I don't do Google anymore because that's exactly what they do. You could put in cigar lounges near me, and they'll show like if I put in cigar lounges near me, they'll show me shit in Myrtle Beach.
Right.
They'll show me shit like in Atlanta,
Yeah.
Savannah. I'm like, I'm nowhere near these places. Why are you
No,
showing me this?
Hey, Google's just trying to tell you you need to get your ass up and get out. You
Mm,
need to go explore. That's what it's telling
no. Well, Google need to put some money on this gas.
gas is high, my brother. Gas is high.
Savannah is a long way, man.
you.
I'm trying to. I had to make a decision. I chose cigars, so I'll go to work next year. You figure deal me.
I mean, but you
You know
also
what
got to
though?
remember,
You know what though?
I'm in a college town, so it's the cigars are okay. I mean, the cigar scene is okay here,
Mhm.
but I don't think it would be like it would like if I go out to Wichita, which is like 4.5 hours for me,
It might be a
or
little better there. Yeah.
maybe even just out to Manhattan, which is about 2 hours for me. Well, about an hour and a half, something like that. But if I go probably a little further west, I might be okay. Because here, I mean, they just all about drinking. It's a college town.
Yeah. Oh, now I got a great question for you. Now you've been to a lot of cigar lounges, and I'm gonna put you on the spot. What is your favorite cigar lounge that you visited so far? And you're on the spot. I'm putting you on the spot.
Me?
Yeah, you. I'm putting you on the spot.
Favorite cigar lounge?
Hmm.
Honestly, I would have to say,
Mm.
damn.
See,
That's
and
gonna
I know
take
you. You see, I
like
know you've been in some lounges. I was gonna put you on the spot. I know you've been in some lounges. Now you're going through all
Yeah,
the lounges that
I
he's been through.
definitely. Are we talking about okay? So, are we talking about atmosphere? Are we
Okay,
talking about how it looks?
let's split it. Let's do atmosphere. Let's do atmosphere first. The best atmosphere.
Atmosphere, I would have to say, as far as our people, I would have to say the one in Charlotte. What's the OG name out there on Concord? Jesus
mm.
Christ, can't even think of the name of it.
Okay, you better do. I don't. I ain't been out to Charlotte yet. I'm gonna get down there though.
Now, DC area,
Hmm.
Tinderbox was jumping.
That's where I be at. That's where you can find me.
Tinderbox was jumping, and I don't know if it because they had an event that night.
Oh no, no,
Tinderbox
no.
was
$10. If you go there on a Friday, they got the band is always jumping. If you go there
right,
game night or fight night,
right.
it's always jumping. The only time you gonna catch $10 where there ain't a lot of people, and that's why I sometimes shoot the podcast. It's
Hmm.
Sunday morning.
Okay,
You gotta get there Sunday morning when they open at 10. Because
right.
around about 2 or 3 in football season,
Game on.
they back jumping.
Now, Cam shit was good.
And see, I want to go there. That's the only
Cam,
reason I want to go to Atlanta and see
but
Cam shit.
going back to what we were saying, as far and I understand the dress code, I get it. You know, he wants to be classy, whatever, this, then the third. But like I said, it was an event that during that time, and you know, as far as the the brick and mortar of it, it's a beautiful
Hmm.
lounge. It's a beautiful
Hmm.
lounge. It's a beautiful lounge, and I would have to say that would be one of my picks.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Here go another question for you.
Yeah.
This is another one that might stump you. You could smoke a cigar. Hold on, I'm trying to get my stuff plugged in. You can smoke a cigar with anybody in history. Anybody. Who would it be?
I'm about to fuck you up with this.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
I would have to say Winston Churchill.
Oh yeah, he famous. He known for the cigars.
Yeah, I would have to say Winston Churchill.
Let's see.
Just to sit down and pick his brain. The political atmosphere, of course, was different back then. And, I would also, he'll be my top. My second probably would be MJ.
The problem is, I've met Mike.
Anybody want to sit down and smoke with MJ? I don't know why.
I've met Mike, and let me just say this: Mike is an asshole. Mike is an asshole. I've talked to him. He's an asshole. But the thing is with Mike, and he's a degenerate gambler. Mike is gonna bet you on something. Something's gonna turn into a bet. You're gonna be around playing spades and be down 100,000. Mike is gonna find a way to gamble.
Yeah,
I bet you use the bathroom before me. Like Mike is gonna find some way to gamble.
Be like, dude, I'm already on my way to the bathroom. How you gonna bet me that, bro?
But yeah, that's an interesting choice, man. Now, see, I would say I've already gave a couple people, but I would say maybe JFK. And the only reason I say JFK is because he had them Cubans stashed away. So now you heard they sold some of his Cubans.
Really?
I think one of the boxes went for like 100,000 stacks. I mean, you got the history, and they're pre-embargo Cubans.
Right.
But a lot of people see this was, and you could chime in on this. Like a lot of people, like the beginning guys are smoking cigars, and they're like, "Oh man, is that Cuban? Is that?" And now I've had some Cubans, and they're nice. They're nice. But I would say you can get a Dominican or Nicaraguan that'll stack up to them.
Exactly.
And it's cheaper, and it's just as good.
Just as good. It is
you gotta remember they're not the same anymore.
But even then, though, even back then, you got to think though. Even back then, before the pre-embargo, even if you can get those cigars, which I might know a guy, but even if you can get them cigars right, the construction back then won't hold up with the construction now because of how things have advanced. Like it's technology. Right. So technology-wise, you still might find a Dominican that tastes better than those Cubans back then. It's just the nostalgia and the fact that you can't have them.
Right.
Hey, we always want what we can't have.
So I mean, you could have them now. I think you can go get them now, but at the time you couldn't have them.
Right.
Yeah, but even then, I think you can still only bring like one or two back in per year, maybe.
No. Now I think it's up to $100. Yeah, so you could bring a box in. I think the box is the limit. You can bring a box in. Okay. For $100 worth of the liquor. But the problem is in Cuba, when you go to Cuba, everything's a Cuban.
Yeah.
Even the shit tobacco is a Cuban because you're in Cuba. So
like I said, you might not be getting what you actually looking for.
But you're getting a Cuban. All right, so let me ask you this question. So we're gonna get up out of here, man. I've been fun talking to you, but let me ask you this question. You're talking to a younger entrepreneur who's trying to get into the game like you. You're trying to get him a mobile lounge and build up from there. What are you gonna say to? What is your advice? What is your advice to him? And what would you say to motivate him to keep on doing his thing? Like you know how it is. Sometimes it's gonna get hard.
Right.
You know. So what would be you're the coach right now. You Phil Jackson. You're talking to this guy. What would you say to him to keep him motivated and keep him in tune? And then what advice would you give him about starting out? I mean, you gave us some good advice, but what other advice would you give him?
I would definitely say, and to piggyback off what I was saying earlier, make sure you follow all the rules and guidelines of your state. That's one. Make sure you read everything it is to read. Make sure that you just start out because it's your business. You got to treat it as such. You got to treat it like it's your baby. You got to treat it like it's your baby. You have to make sure that you have you an account, have that EIN number, go get your Dun and Bradstreet number. Make sure that the Secretary of State, make sure that you file your business under that state. Make everything you need to do. Make sure, get your inventory. Make sure that you have everything before you start selling cigars and start doing. Make sure you have everything set. So that day they want you to do a vending event. That day they want you to do. You have everything. You have everything.
You can just go.
You can just go. Make sure you have everything set. Ask questions, because that's because I didn't as much as sometimes you have to find out stuff for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times, it's crabs in the barrel. Find out for yourself, because a lot of times, if you don't think it sounds right, like nah, that shit don't sound right. 10 times out of 10, it ain't.
Say, in other words, what you're saying is, and I hate to say it, for our people, don't just half-ass the shit. Do it the right way. Like, don't go out here being arrogant. Like, oh, you know what? I ain't got to do that. I could take a shortcut around this. No, don't shortcuts. Just take the long way.
Not with this ATF. With this ATF, you take a shortcut. A shortcut get you 10 to 20.
Just like I said, I don't mess with the alcohol, the tobacco, and the firearms. Because that'll get you in trouble. And it'll get you fined. A hefty fine. And that's federal government, and you're going to pay it.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to pay it. You're going to pay it. Man, just keep, bro.
Hey.
Like I told you, in another year, you guys are going to look back at this, you're going to be like, wow. You're going to mess around, have Rick Ross, you might have Nas talking about what's going on and this and the third. I'm going to look back with shit. I was on that podcast. That brother invited me. You know what I'm saying? And
we definitely want
to stay in touch, man. Stay in touch.
Oh, definitely. We definitely want to have. I want to have you and Sticks and Stones, since y'all both from Raleigh. I want to have y'all on an episode together. I think that'll definitely be dope. We definitely got to do that. Chat with her. We're gonna work something out. But yeah, it's been a great conversation. It's been very informative.
Yeah.
Even though B wasn't here because he was out here, you know what I'm saying, bullshitting around and shit.
I wasn't bullshitting around. And
I don't give a fuck if you got to cut class, skip school, do whatever the fuck you got to do to get my shit done.
I told you it was also my daughter's birthday, so obviously I had
baby girl birthday.
That's what I was telling her. I told her, that's why we did it so late. Normally we do it at day. But you know what? I like it at late because now I can cut my light on and you can see because normally that sun just I'm at a bad angle. My place is at a bad angle because either if the sun rises behind me and fucks up the light, and it sets in front of me and fuck up the light.
Yeah.
So
and you just playing peekaboo with your camera.
he looking like it.
Yeah, but yeah. So it you know what I'm saying, I got all these fucking bugs flying around, man. But I didn't even notice some of these bugs until I got on the East Coast. Man. I don't know what the fuck that is. I just stepped on. But yeah, so
not only am I gonna come out there for the food, come see y'all, come see Sticks and Stones. I actually heard y'all got some pretty good fishing out there. Somebody told me it was a couple good rivers out that way. Like maybe not necessarily like right in North Carolina, but close by.
Look,
so I might have to come out there and go fishing too.
If I'm going fishing, I'm just bringing the cigars and beer. I don't care if I catch nothing. I'll go buy something from the market. You figure deal?
What you think I do?
We can accommodate you, my good brother. We can accommodate you.
Hey, y'all heard it here first. We gonna be on the road. Y'all gonna see that.
Hey, look, we can go get one of those little swimming pools from Walmart. Throw some water, some fishing lines and that. Sit back all day and do that.
This motherfucker crazy. But yeah, we had a good time, man. Hey, tell the people where they can get in contact with you. Give me your information.
You can reach me on my Instagram, House9 Cigars. If you want any information about vending events, you can email me at info@house9cigars.com.
I said, y'all got it here, man. The local hero.
Thank
You
you.
won. Okay, they all too. Sorry, I got here late. I mean, I'm gonna have to go back. Like I said, I'm gonna have to go back, watch the episode.
But hopefully this won't be my just now I ain't no I'm not a guest no more. I can just come on.
Oh no, we gonna definitely. I told you, we gonna put you on.
Yeah.
And as always, we reminding you to blow your smoke like a goddamn gentleman, man.
Motherfucker.
We out, man.
Peace.